Hi there, my name is Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is August the 26th, 2024. That's right. So I'm back from Germany. I actually arrived back in time last week to go live, but I was too tired to go live, to be honest. I'm just going to check my audio because I didn't do an audio check today. Yep, it's fine. Good. Yeah, I landed last week. I could have gone live. I was back home a few hours before I could have gone live, but I just got off the plane. I've been doing videos all weekend. My voice was tired from talking so much. And actually I've been, not making excuses, but I've been tired all week. I kind of got more tired as the week went on. I'll talk a little bit about Germany, but I really want to do Q&A today. I will talk a little bit about Germany, and I'm going to do a video about that. I didn't shoot any actual footage of the event myself. It was all shot by Henning and his awesome helpers. Can't think of the right word, but I put the first video up today. I just put it up. It was an impromptu video, and there's more to come. So let's do some news and questions, and then if I don't get any questions later on, I'll talk a bit about behind the scenes in Germany. And then I'm going to post another video. But the video I'm going to be posting about that is more about my thoughts on that kind of event rather than the event itself. If you want to watch a really good video on the event, like a vlog, then watch Steve Cassidy Guitar's video, because he actually went around and filmed his own footage. So I didn't do that. But I was busy filming my own videos in the studios. I know I'm talking about this like everyone knows what I'm talking about, and I understand that you probably don't know what I'm talking about, because I really had no idea when I went to Germany what the whole thing was about. So, Soldier on Music, thank you for subscribing. That's awesome. Also, a bit hot today. I forgot to run the AC. Oh well. I got spoiled in Germany. They had 3 incredible studios. They all had AC running. They all had audio, I guess you call them audio visual assistants, not helpers. But everyone there was so awesome, really, and fantastic crew. And the people, I was worried too about a bunch of YouTubers being together, musicians being together. Everyone was lovely, supportive. They couldn't have been nicer. And it was just an amazing atmosphere. So, hats off to Henning for doing such a great job of organizing all that fantastic stuff. Okay, let's get into it. So can you let me know if you've got any questions about any specific gear? Let me know if there's any news you want me to talk about. I'm sure Graham wants to talk about the alleged Oasis reunion. So put that in the chat. And then, like I said, later on, if not, I'll go into the event a little bit. But yeah, I'm still getting my bearings. The problem is for me that I came back. I turned these lights up for the other video. 1 second. I came back and oh, I can't. It's fine. I came back to gigs. I didn't give myself any time. I couldn't give myself any time to get back into the gigs again. I could have used a few days off. Yeah, it really was intense over there. Like getting up at 6 a.m., which I don't normally do. Well, I do, but I don't go straight into to recording videos. So waking up at 6 a.m., having breakfast, heading to the event, planning and trying to do as many videos as possible, talking all day long to people, trying the gear. And then every night we went to dinner. Henning bought us dinner, and then we jammed most nights. I played a whole hour set on the first night, which was awesome. So it was very, very tiring, but very, very much worth it. Remember, before I left, I was saying I'll see if it's worth it in regards to deals and networking. It totally was. I definitely did enough deals to pay for the trip. They're still coming together, and they're not. They might be in product, not in monetary value. I spent a few thousand going there, but you got to think of the big picture when you're doing music and gigs and YouTube and anything creative. You've got to think about the big picture. You can't just think about what comes immediately, but within reason. At the same time, you shouldn't, like with gigs, for example, playing gigs for free in order to network and promote yourself. yes, and in the early days, I guess you have to do that, but then later on, you need to value what you do and make money from it. And it's the same with these videos as well. You have to understand that what you're doing is basically selling stuff, isn't it? At the end of the day, you are promoting stuff for sale. That's what this is. So I feel like I'm here to help people make the right choice and promote and talk about things that I like. But when when you start making videos every day and you see stuff being sold, then at that point there has to be, it's more of a job. And the great thing about the event is everyone saw it that way. I feel like Henning had done a great job of explaining to the companies that, look, these people are coming out, these YouTubers are coming over here to work with you, not not work for you. They're coming to build a business partnership. I love that. Same with gigs. So people need to talk more like that about gigs. I want to perform at your venue because I can create an atmosphere and I can make people stay and buy more drinks. Not so you can do me a favor to let me play there. So I really like that. I really value that. So let's say hi and then I'll get to some questions. I'm going to drink some water because I'm still dehydrated. Must have had about 100 beers in Germany and no water. So I better drink water now. Bedoin says, hi, Aaron. Hi, all. Playing music in NOLA. Let the good times roll. Excellent. That's what we like to hear, my friend. Boomer says, hi, everyone in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. I posted my link there. If you wouldn't mind clicking on it, even if you just click it now and then check it later on, it helps me look good to Sweetwater. Had some great news about Sweetwater while I was away as well. I literally came off stage that first night from playing at the dinner and got my first sponsored video with Sweetwater. And I'm going to ask your help because with a video like that, it's all about numbers, right? Again, they're not sending out gear to channels as a goodwill gesture. They want to sell products. So please, when you see the video of the Headrush Core go live, please watch the whole thing all the way through, like the video and leave a comment. It really would help me. And click the link to the product, even if you're not going to buy it, just because they see those numbers, they see that traffic coming through. It just helps me out. But that thing's pretty cool. I just need more time. Now I've gone from, well, before I left, I had a few videos to get done, which I've still got a couple left that I didn't manage to get done. Well, I had like 6 to get done. I've still got about 3 to get done. Now I've suddenly got about another 10 to edit from the event and another 10 to create from jobs from the event. And then that's going to lead us into next month, which is when all the new stuff comes out for the holidays. And that's going to lead us into NAMM. So I'm really excited. I think this is a great, I think I needed this push to really push this angle and then see where it's all going to go. I was kind of drifting for a little while between gigs and videos. So I think it'd be good to have this push. One great thing about Gear Street is you would book an hour in a studio. And once your hour ran out, you were done. So you get this mentality of go in there, shoot the video, done. Now, 1 or 2 videos can't be used that I made because of issues with the guitar or technical problems. But that mentality is good because I sometimes or often I get in this thing of putting things off and it get in my head like, oh, I need to wait to do this or I'll need to do that, blah, blah, blah. It's nice to get in that mentality of just getting stuff done and getting it released and then moving on to the next one. I think that's really important. It's so hot in here. All right. Looking forward to the winter. I am, but then in the winter, the radiators come on. Patsy's says it's bank holiday in the UK. Oh, so people are off work today in England. That's good to know. Nick Johnson says happy Monday. Happy Monday, Nick. Thomas Moore says hi. Good to see you. Scott Beggar, been a while. Tuning in from Northern. I was just there. Oh, I was in Frankfurt, an hour north of Frankfurt. Gotta say, I loved it. I loved it even more than I thought I would. I've been to Dortmund years ago to do some recording. Frankfurt and just north of Frankfurt was even better. And next month is Guitar Summit, which is an hour south of Frankfurt. And I've actually decided to go to that as well. So watch out for some videos from, it's crazy. The Gear Street went so well business-wise. And then the YouTubers and companies are saying they're going to Guitar Summit and how it's like a better NAMM show. And I love NAMM and I'm going to NAMM. I love the NAMM show. But I just thought, well, I need to go back. It's not that hard. I can fly again. I'll just miss, I think I'll miss one gig to do that. And if I can just make those partnerships and relationships and deals again, and get these jobs to make these videos, it's worth it, you know. Well, we'll see. I'm still trying things out, but really looking forward to going back again. I really like it over there. It's great. So McFarlane says acoustic IR is better than an undersaddle pickup. Well, it's all subjective. There are people that prefer the sound of an undersaddle pickup, and I actually found that in Germany. We were playing just the Bags element, and people were loving the sound. So it's very much subjective, you know. It really depends on the use case as well, like what if you're playing in a band or whatever you're doing, you know. But the IR in the video is impressive, and if you haven't watched the video, please later on tonight, please watch my Tone Dexter video, because that was also, it wasn't sponsored by Sweetwater, but they sent it to Henning for him to make a video on. So if it gets a lot of views, they might send me one to make some more videos on. We'll see. I was really happy with how the video came out. I don't want to spoil it because then people won't watch it, but it's definitely worth a watch if you're into acoustic guitars and impulse responses, even though it sounds incredibly technical and boring. I promise you it's not. It's very fascinating and interesting, in fact. Dr. McFarlane says, glad you got to go to Gear Street. I just thought you were going on a personal trip. Well, it's funny because he messaged me last week and said, are you going to Gear Street? And I was kidding. I said no. But I just posted the video. I just gone live, and in the thumbnail it said, I'm going to 42 Gear Street. I didn't know why I thought you were kidding too. So we were both kidding. So funny. But it was awesome. Yeah, I really want to talk. I mean, I've already spoke about it. I really am glad I went. But I've got some specific thoughts on that event that I want to put into an actual video about how, well, I don't want to give the idea away to anyone else, so I'm not going to say more about that. But the event was just fantastic. It couldn't have been much better, honestly. Kevin said, hello everyone from Indiana. All I can say, I was born in that same small town. Yes, small town as John Mellencamp. Just for a little bit of info about me. Where was John Mellencamp born? Can someone put that into Google? Rosanna, how you doing? So you're not the only one traveling now. Now it's my turn. Good evening, Aaron, and everyone here in the chat. Hope you had a great time. I really did. It really was fantastic. I didn't know what to expect. The videos don't really convey how it is until you're there. And I will put out a video about the experience. Again, I don't have much footage of it myself. I didn't use my own phone to film anything. But I did shoot lots of videos in Henning's studios, which was awesome. And his studios look great. You've seen the one I put up today. And then I can show you a picture here, for example. I took a screenshot, but I can't see it now. Well, you'll see. The studios just look great. And it's just hard to convey the camaraderie. You know, at the end of the day, you're a bunch of YouTubers who are all in this together. We'd have breakfast and talk about our experiences with different brands and companies and things that I would never say on this live stream because, you know, it wouldn't be very professional of me to say these things. But to have those conversations with many people is great. I mean, yeah, YouTubers phone each other and talk about stuff. But to sit around casually and have like 10 people at a table and have those conversations from all different angles is pretty much priceless, I would say. And then to have the brands as well get that is awesome, because I still think there's a lot of education with brands. And I think some of the brands didn't know what to expect coming to the event from what I heard. But then I think at the event, they actually got it. You've really got to be there to understand how that networking and that event works. You know, you're all together. You talk about things that are relevant, and everyone's got different angles, right? Like I was saying to Sennheiser, I'm about to start a karaoke on Wednesday nights, and can we do a deal to get them some of their wireless mics on the channel I can review them through the event, and they were great. They said yes, and then they said they've got a campaign coming up I could be a part of for another product that I use, and it was so organic because I was talking about things I use. And then actually for me, the best thing that happened was Henning had me play the first night like to entertain the people while they're having dinner or just after dinner. And it was the best thing that could have happened, because I really feel like on my channel, people don't know what I do. They think I'm just some guy that comes on here and talks about gear. But what I do is I play gigs, I play shows. That's my job. And I think that's my expertise. I'd like to do more videos on that in the future, but I'm also aware that people want to hear about gear. I was just looking today, my top watched videos from the last year, 12 months, are electric guitar pedals. So the gear is important. And I love the gear. I wouldn't have started a YouTube channel without the gear. But it's important for me to get across the other things that I do. So I also did post a video playing a duet with Jana Furk. I can't pronounce it right, but I just thought it'd be a great idea for a video because so same thing. We're sitting around in the tent. I didn't know who she was, and she's singing, and I'm playing some songs with Rafa, who's a great guy, the songwriter there. Does a lot of videos with Henning. Has his own channel, Let's Talk Song. Became great friends with him. Great guy. We've done some podcasts together with him. I did a podcast with him about songwriting, which I really enjoyed. And I said, right, let's practice your songs you're playing tonight, because we had a band jam the last night, and we're practicing the whole set. And then Jane is sitting there and she's singing. And then I got her to sing Shallow with Rafa. And I said to her, oh, actually, I didn't even tell her. I just said to Henning, let's take the Little Jane, because the Little Jane guitar is named after Jana. And I just called her up. I didn't even tell her I was going to do it. I just called her up and saying, Shallow, that's on my channel. See, that would never happen anywhere else. And that's amazing. That's really amazing. Soldier On says, just got a Tone Dexter 2 to use in my Rockbridge SJ. Is that Southern Jumbo? With an ultratonic pickup. Any helpful hints at starting EQ settings for the Tone Dexter 2? No, because I still don't have one. I don't own one. So what I'm going to do, Soldier On, is I'm going to ask, because Sweetwater sent that one in the video today to Henning. That was Henning's review unit. They're sponsoring that video with Henning. So if that video does well, I'm going to ask my contact at Sweetwater Marketing if they can provide me with one as well, so I can do some dedicated videos on Tone Dexter 2. I don't mind doing a few, in exchange for the units, but I don't have the unit, so I can't really comment on the EQ. I do know there's EQ for the pickup and there's EQ for the microphone, the wave map. And I would certainly go through each one and optimize each one and then blend the two together. But it also depends on your pickup, your wave map, and everything else. It's very hard to give hints. The only hint I can really give you is make a narrow EQ band, boost it all the way, scroll through while you're playing a loop through the pedal. And if you hear a nasty sound, then cut it out. Usually around 2K, you get some nasty sounds. So that's the only thing that I can really tell you. So give that a try, and then hopefully there'll be more. So yeah, please check out that video I posted today. Leave a comment. That all helps. Boomer said, I know what you're talking about, 42 Gear Street. Any surprise new... Oh, so there were some embargoes there that we're not supposed to talk about. There's some cool products. There's one product that I'm going to make a video of for them. Can't say what it is though, right? Because I'll get in trouble. So there's also some... There's some acoustic guitar products coming in the next 2 or 3 months that I'm really excited about. But again, I don't want to say too much because I'm not allowed to, and because I haven't played them yet. So I gotta be careful. The other great thing about Gear Street is that you were playing the gear and talking to the other people there about it, and at night playing it on stage, not just in a room. So I really love that about it. But yeah, there is some good stuff coming. There's nothing coming that I know about that's like totally groundbreaking, like groundbreaking new technology or anything. But there are some really cool guitar pickup, acoustic, pro audio. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get in trouble with anyone. But there is some cool stuff. There's some stuff coming that I'm excited about. So get ready. There is some. I'm pleased, because there's not normally stuff around that I like. As you know, I'm very specific about what I like, especially in certain areas. Maybe not with the electric world, but with the acoustic world and the PA world, I'm pretty hard to please. So there is some stuff coming, but I have to wait and see how it is. Okay. Scott said, as a new and eager owner of VoiceLive 3 Extreme, yes, good job, buddy. I told you, right? I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I get to say it because no one listened to me before. I'm keen on any tips you might still wish to share in form of new videos on how to get up and running with useful harmonies. Yeah, like I said, if I do that, it's going to be a course. So that's before I do that, I'm going to have to do all these other videos that I've got to do. So it might not be for a while, unfortunately, but I would definitely be interested in doing a course on VoiceLive 3 Extreme of some kind. So watch out for that. Don't forget, I'm also available for one-to-one. If you want to book a one-to-one lesson, you can do it through my website, Aaron Short Music, and I can do this with you over your cell phone camera. You can show me the pedal, I can show you my pedal, and we can do a one-to-one session. That's all, the info for that is on my website. So happy to do that with anyone, anytime. And then the course will be a paid course, because once I make the course, I guess I'll get less calls to do one-to-one. So I don't want to kill my own business, right? Did you ever try any Milkman amps? No, but it's interesting you say that because I was looking at one the other day. I can't think why I was. Was it a Milkman? I think so. I was looking at one. But no, I haven't. I haven't tried a Milkman amp. Aren't they based in the UK? I'm not sure. Scott says, also keen on hearing about the LR Bags Hi-Fi Duet. When is it finally coming? Any clue how it will stack up? Are you going to get one to review? Yeah, so that's up in the air right now. I have heard some things about it. I have heard some recordings. It does sound excellent. I'm very excited. Of course, again, let's keep ourselves in check here. You've got to test that pickup in your guitar. So I may have heard it in another guitar and tell you it sounds incredible. It doesn't mean it will sound incredible in your guitar. That could just be that guitar or that recording. So let's wait until I've actually tried it. So that's still in talks. I don't even have a guitar that I want them to put it into at this moment in time. I'm actually trying to see if someone wants to do a deal with me where I have that installed in a guitar I'm interested in and do like a dual video between the guitar company and LR Bags. So I'm still figuring that out, but you should hear info on that in the next kind of 8 to 12 weeks. Not too long though. Not too long at all. And I'm excited about it because I do think that a microphone and a body sensing pickup is a very great recipe for success. So I am excited, but you know what I tell everyone now, I just don't let myself get excited anymore, because when I get too excited, I always get disappointed. I always get let down. So I just try. You should do this too. Like, just keep that. I know it's so easy to get. I used to get so like, God, I have to have this now. It's going to be the best thing ever. I can't perform without it. I need it tomorrow. I need it yesterday. When you get like that, it's so hard for any product to live up to expectations. So I don't even let myself do that anymore. I even told some companies, I'm sorry. I feel like some companies want me to be excited, and I'm just like, no, you know what? I'm not going to be excited about this. It sounds so negative. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be excited about this, because whenever I get excited about something, I'm always disappointed. Which is just the truth. When I get something to review, I start looking for the negative aspects of it and not the positives. But I will admit, I am a little bit excited from the things that I've heard, stories I've heard about this new pickup system, and the fact that I tried it at NAMM and it's even better now because I've had time to improve it. I am excited. And I'm excited to check it out in a video for sure. Debating a looper, awesome. There's nothing better you could ever do for yourself than buy a loop pedal. That's something else I want to make a course on or videos on. I get days when I feel keyboard adverse and don't want to use band in the box. Use or try. If you're watching this and you don't own a loop pedal, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Everyone should own a loop pedal. I don't play a gig now without a loop pedal. And it's just incredible. I sometimes worry that people are looking at me and thinking, hang on, he's like miming or something. you know, if you take your hands off the guitar and it's still playing, sometimes I think that people think I'm not actually playing the gig. But as a performer, it's just incredible, like, to be able to solo. You can't solo without a loop pedal. And you could use tracks. And actually, I'm not against tracks anymore. I see a lot of people using tracks, doing this, you know, running this karaoke night I just started in Manhattan. I'm using tracks. I got to admit, I really enjoyed singing to tracks. I found myself singing differently, and I really enjoyed it. I've got no problem with it. But I also love creating the music myself with the loop pedal. And it's just incredible. And now I'm using the in-ears and the click track. My timing has improved. My pitch has improved, like the bending and everything. You know, last night I got tipped to play Billie Jean. You know, so I recorded the right, that's looping, and then I played the chords over the top. Bum, 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 bum. Now there's some musicians out there that can do both at the same time. Like there's a guy who lives near me, big on YouTube, plays a Maton. Forgot his name, I apologize, but he's fantastic. He can play that without a loop pedal. That's incredible, and that's something that I would always strive to work towards. But right now I can't do that. And also when that loop is playing, I can then play the solo as well. It just sounds so great. Yeah, I really can't say it enough. If you don't own a looper, buy a good looper. Get like a 2-track looper. That's why we love the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. It has a great looper in it. So if you sing and play, get a VoiceLive 3 Extreme. Just do it. And I'll give you a tip. There's more gone back on Sweetwater. These people are completely crazy. I don't know why you would do this. But I saw yesterday that some people have returned the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. Now, what this means for you is you can get a great deal right now. You can also use my affiliate link, which I'd appreciate. But if I take you to the desktop, look, these were only back in stock a month ago. These 4 demo units are most likely ones that people bought and returned thinking it's too hard to use, which I've told you it's not. So you can get this discount right now, $665. There's 4 of them, and the chances are they're going to be brand new. Basically, they opened them up, tried it, thought they want a touchscreen or something, and sent them back. So my tip to you is to click my affiliate link, buy one of these 4 units. When some of them say they're in perfect condition, and you've got a great looper there and vocal effects. Now, if you don't sing, okay, maybe that's not the way to go. I would check out the Ditto X2. If it's in stock, it may not be. If it is, you should get one. There we go. Ditto. If you're new to looping, get a Ditto X2. Great looper. It's just play and record, play and stop and delete. That's it. The X4 on paper is phenomenal, but I tried one. It had some issues. But it is back in stock. You could try one. It does give you the 2 loops, which can be great. But when I tried one of these, it had some issues. I don't know if that was just that unit or not. I should really try another one. You can also get a 1 button. This is a great looper, but it's a 1 button. If you want to do performance, I'd advise you get a 2 button. Looks like these are back in stock now, which is great news. Look at this. Great, excellent. Yeah, if you want to get something rock solid to start with, get the X2. Good price. Also a great backup, battery powered in the future. If you need that, you can use that. So check out the Ditto X2 looper and just get stuck in. It's awesome. If you do sing, though, if you want more looping options and 2 tracks, do check out the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. It's definitely worth the extra money. Definitely. Okay. Thomas Moore says, I need a new interface. Looking at PreSonus, ES4, and HD2. One has 4 preamps, the other 2, but the has ADAT. Do you know anything about interfaces? Yeah, I do. I really like the Apollo Twin. It's not the perfect interface, but for me, it's great. I do use the ADAT. I run a Focusrite, what do you call it? The box with the extra inputs on it, which runs from the ADAT. So I need the ADAT myself. I don't really need the extra inputs, but I do. I leave my quad cortex permanently plugged in on over there, so it's nice to have the flexibility. But there's also an Apollo X4 with 4 inputs in the first place. Maybe I should have got one of those. I'm not sure. There's so many interfaces on the market now. I think it's time for a new Apollo Twin, so I'm not sure I'd go out and buy one of those today. I'd probably wait until NAMM, if you can. But you say you're looking at the PreSonus. I haven't used those, but if you like them, then good, then go for that. One has 4 preamps, the other 2, but has ADAT. I would, in all honesty, if it was me, I'd get the one with 4 preamps. I don't need the ADAT. 4 for me would be plenty. Does the one with 4 also have ADAT? Then you've got that future proofing. That's what I would do. If the 4 has the ADAT as well, I'd get that one and then add the ADAT when needed. I just want to record guitars. No, okay, if it's just guitars, then I would just get that. Yeah, it's hard for me to say. You'll probably be fine with 2 inputs, but there's always that time in the future where you've got a mic in one, a guitar in one, and then you want to connect a keyboard or something. So that's why I got the ADAT for that option. But yeah, I guess it's always best to have too much than too little if you've got the budget for it. Thank you for subscribing, Diego Cesaro. Hope I said your name correctly. That's awesome. Yes, that's the advice I can give you, Thomas, is really think about what you're going to be plugging in. And if there's any chance you'll plug in more than 2, then get the 4, especially if the 4 has the extra ADAT as well. Scott said, did you ever hear from Baton Rouge about any more guitars being made with the Cole Clark? I didn't. I did see a representative at NAMM. I don't know if they were particularly happy with the video I made about the Baton Rouge I had. But, like I say to all brands when I don't like stuff, let's do another video. And that's not why I do that. That's, I just do videos. You got some other guitars for me to check out that are better. I'll redo the video. I'll make a new video. Let's do it. I'm not out to sink anybody. So I never heard back, but I also never heard back about them putting more pickups. I mean, the thing is, what happened after that happened, Scott, is that Cole Clark reimagined the Series 1 guitars. So the Series 1 guitar used to be the bare bones guitar made in Australia. The Series 1 is now made in China and finished in Australia. So for me, that kind of negated the need to have the Baton Rouge because they're only a few $100s more anyway. And they're actually finished in Australia by Cole Clark. So I'm not sure. And I haven't done any research since. If I was recommending a guitar for a budget or a lower price, I would recommend the Cole Clark new Series 1 studio guitars. Or look for a used Series 2. The Baton Rouges, I'd be interested in seeing more guitars, but for that reason I haven't. And because they didn't reach out, and for that reason I just said, I haven't looked into them since. So I'm not sure what's going on with them. What's your opinion experience with the Spark series amps? This is a great timely question because the Spark 2 is coming out. So the Spark is one of those products. I've had this with several products in my time where people rave about a certain product. I won't talk about what the other ones are. You might be able to guess if you watch my channel. But people rave about certain products and I get them and I just don't get it at all. I'm like, what is going on? The Spark was like that. I just found that it was a bit limited for what I wanted. It sounded too bassy. I didn't love how it sounded. The Mini didn't have much headroom on cleans. I didn't like it at all. The big one with a bit of work, I did end up liking it a little bit, but then it was missing the looper and the battery power, and it was all had to modify it and blah. So I ended up trading that in the Guitar Center. Now they've now announced the Spark 2, and that seems to have the changes that I want. Better processing, less low end, I think, and battery option. You have to buy the battery, but it's an option, and a looper option. So I would like to check out a Spark 2 on the channel, and I know it'll get tons of views, so I may well do that. So subscribe and stay tuned. But I didn't love the original versions, although many of my friends did. For some reason, it didn't work for me. But the Spark 2 looks very interesting, I've got to say. Also looking at Motu 6. Yeah, like I said, Thomas, it really does depend on your personal needs. I do like the Focusrite stuff. I've had that before. Let's just jump over here and take a look at this. I haven't used a Motu at all. But, you know, again, those 4 inputs and the 2 headphone inputs are very good. I wish the Apollo Twin had a stronger headphone out. The Focusrite did. So all these things have, you know, pros and cons. This reminds me a little bit of the Focusrite. Don't overlook Focusrite. I did like it. And I think there's a new version now. I had something like... I had the metal version. I didn't have... I mean, these are decent, these ones, but I didn't have those. I had the higher... I had like this one. This was a great unit. I was very happy with this. Look, you've got 4 inputs that are combo jacks. So they're either line or mic. You got really good preamps are great. The output volume is loud on the headphones. 2 headphone outputs. MIDI in, MIDI out. The line that hasn't got XLR out, but neither has my Apollo Twin. Honestly, if I was doing it again and I wasn't going the route of the Twin, I would probably get one of these again. I was very happy with it. So don't discount this one. I like their stuff. And then if it has the ADAT, it's got SPDIF, which is cool. Optical in, is that what you'd use? Then you can use the big, I've got the Octopre, that's what I've got, yeah. So something like that, an Octopre would cover all of your bases. And I think I had an issue with mine at one point, but they just replaced it. It was fantastic. So yeah, what happened? I think one of the things just got like noisy. I probably could have just sprayed it out, and they replaced it for free. It was fantastic. A whole brand new one. I like that company. I think they're cool. So check those out. I mean, I can only recommend stuff that I've used, right? So. Oh, I lost my place. Clicking the affiliate link stays around for 45 days. Click now and purchase later. Yeah, that's why I'm asking people, please just click the link now and then forget about it. And then if you buy something during the week, I'll get a credit for it. Unless you click someone else's affiliate link, of course. Gary, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. What's up? Mark Smith, evening, Aaron. Just bought an Everse 8. Very good. Yeah, I used that last week for the karaoke. It sounded great. Just one speaker. Sounded great, I thought. I was actually doing the mixing from the phone and then controlling the iPad karaoke app from the phone. And then the iPad app was running the tracks. And then that was sending the Bluetooth audio to the Everse. And I didn't have any issues at all, knock on wood, with any no problems. It worked perfectly. Just bought an Everse 8, so I'm going to use it. Which settings, playing with effects, it's going to take some time. Yeah, that's the thing. It's got a lot of great features, so it will take time to dial it in and learn it. But it's definitely worth practicing and studying with it. It's a good unit. Thomas Moore says hi. Pooh Ninja, thank you for being at Gear Street. It was great to see you there and feel your presence. Oh, I didn't see Pooh Ninja, but his name was, or I should say, their name was plastered around everywhere. Thomas Moore, hey Rosanna. Krenna, okay. Did you learn? Well, I had a running joke at so Krenna was at Gear Street and we jammed together. Fantastic guitar player. But I had a running joke because I asked him to play Little Wing and he played a different intro. And I'm such a huge Hendrix. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. And I just love that original intro. I love all that. And he didn't play it. So I had a running joke the rest of the show, which was, have you learned the intro to Little Wing yet? So that's why I just said, have you learned it yet? Oh dear. Yeah, have you got footage of that? I wish I had the footage. We did Slow Dancing in the Burning Room. We did Use Me by Bill Withers. We did Little Wing. This is what happens when you jam late at night after a couple of drinks. You forget what songs you played. Maybe I don't want to hear them. I don't know. Maybe I didn't sound so good later on. But yeah, everyone said that Krenna was one of, if not the best players at the event. So that's great. Perhaps we can do some virtual collaborations over the year somehow. I don't know. Krenna, will you be at Guitar Summit If you are, we could get the band back together. It'll be the greatest band reunion since the alleged Oasis reunion that's not happening tomorrow. I mean it is happening tomorrow, supposedly. That'd be worth talking about, right? If Oasis reform, we're worth doing a video on that with my thoughts and opinions. Yes, I am sweaty. I can't help it. I need AC. Yeah, Henning's a brilliant guy with a heart full of energy that is surely contagious, making anybody feel amazingly welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, just very motivated, very driven, you know, just looking for ways to help others and grow his brand. And it's very inspiring. It really is. Alan's also from North Germany, which is nearly 70 k's north of Frankfurt. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, 700. I don't know what that is. What's that in miles? Well, I can see why you guys live out in Germany. I really enjoyed the food, the people, the beer. It was excellent. Everything was excellent. Gary says, I'm impatiently waiting. I can feel it. I can just feel it. I see the posts online. Oh, it must be a problem. There must be a problem. Well, it must suck. There must be a problem with, you know, or they must have found an issue. Oh, no. You know, it's really interesting when you talk to companies because you learn about the trials and tribulations they encounter. It's not just about designing a great product, which of course is hard to do in the first place, but there's also, you've got to make a product that you can manufacture in large quantities for a reasonable price. I mean, if LR Baggs released an acoustic guitar pickup that was the best in the universe and it was $2,000, I don't think anyone would buy it, and it would be a failure and it would impact the company. So you got to give these companies credit. Like when they announced the new pickup, everyone complained about the price being $450. I mean, many boutique acoustic guitar pickups are $450, and the Anthem is around $300, isn't it? So it's really not that bad. When you think this is a brand new product with brand new engineering, they've had to have molds made, they've had to do rigorous testing and beta testing and releases and changes, and they've got to write the user guide, they've got to make the packaging, they've got to get it to dealers. You know, it's a huge undertaking. And then if something's delayed by a month, people's first thought is, oh, it must be terrible. You know, I think we need to give companies more support than we do. I mean, I'm just glad that they're doing something for the acoustic guitar community, and we shouldn't have much longer to wait on that. On the Tone Dexter 2 and your video of it, very intriguing. Not in the market for any IR unit, but if I was, this one would get a lot of attention. Yeah, like I said in the video, it's also a great preamp in its own right, just as a preamp without the IR stuff. It's pretty impressive. Did Lewitt Pooh Ninja keeps asking about Lewitt. So the thing is, I spoke with Valerie from Lewitt many times, and they're the one company that I really should have done a deal with because I'm using their microphone right now. I'm using the Lewitt right now. And I did tell her. And, you know, one thing I was saying to some of the brands like Sennheiser is, I use so-and-so products, so can we do a paid collaboration? You see, what I'd rather do on YouTube is, rather than someone sending me, and okay, let's take an example here. So let's say, for example, LR Bag sent me the new pickup system in a guitar, right? And I've never played it, I never gigged it. So first of all, there's that pressure of I want to get it out on, you know, as soon as they allow me to post the video, I want to post it, because when you post the video first, you get the views, right? So there's that pressure. And then there's that thing of, well, I never even used the damn thing, you know? So you take it out of the box and you're plugging it in and you're plugging it into different amps and PAs and you're testing it, and it might feed back and you figure out what the frequency is, and you try a sound hole cover and you cut that so you can put that in, and you think, oh, okay, it sounds amazing. For example, you might think this sounds amazing, but okay, but I haven't used it at a gig, and I got to, you know, recommend this to people who spend like $450 on this thing. So you take it you have to take it to the gig. Say you haven't got a gig for a couple of days, you know, you have to wait, and then you take it to the gig and you're trying it, and you know, it's just not the ideal scenario, is it? But with something like the Lewitt that I've actually been using on my live streams for the past 3 months, and I know it's good. I've basically tested it. And this is what we did at Gear Street. We tested the stuff at night on a stage. I mean, if only LR Bags had had one of their pickups. Careful what I say. If only LR Bags had one of their new pickups at the event, can you imagine if we played it and everyone just gone, "Oh wow, this is incredible"? You know, that was my whole point. That was the video. That's the video right there. That is the video. Not me sitting at home, you know, well, this is it direct and 20% microphone and it sounds pretty good. Let's compare it. No, you know, that's the best I can do. And I'm not saying there's no merit in that, because clearly there is. It's a controlled environment. You can really get down to nitty gritty and scan through and really check out the, you know, under a microscope. But there's just nothing like actually using this stuff for a few months before it releases and then coming on a video and saying, I've used this at 20 gigs and I get more tips. You know, but that's really what it's about, isn't it? So, yeah, so with Lua, I'd love to do more of a, my point I'm trying to make is I'd rather do like a testimonial video. So with Lua, I'd like to do a testimonial. Hey, I bought the Aura mic and it's made my streams better and all my viewers say so. That's what I'd like to do. But to be fair, I don't think I directly said that. So I'm going to follow up with her later on to see if she's up for doing that. So if, you know, so you'll know if we did something or not. Didn't see. Thanks for being a jerk. Well, it was on the title of the video. It said, I'm going to 42 Gear Street. And then you messaged me like in the evening and said, are you going to 42 Gear Street? So I said, no, I'm not. Oh, dear. I can't help it. I have to entertain myself somehow. Mark Smith. John Mellencamp was born in a small town, educated in a small town. Ah. I think I get it. Thomas Moore, I've been gigging with the Martin, the Fishman Matrix Gold, Fishman Aura Spectrums, the I and the I sound really good. Yeah, I still think the Fishman Aura is, it was way ahead of its time. It's still a great unit. It's what John Mayer used on his last world tour. And if it's good enough for John Mayer, it's good enough for me. Stardance, 40 fingers, an acoustic group playing in concert with an emerald guitar. Sounded terrible, not an acoustic sound at all, just dead acoustic. You know, another company, I had to try the guitar because of all the rave reviews, and I didn't love that guitar. But another company, I'd love to do some more videos with them and see if other guitars float my boat. But just something that hopefully will happen one day. I love Cole Clark guitars, but I've played a couple of Cole Clarks I didn't care for. I love Martin guitars. I played a couple of Martins, or several Martins I didn't care for because I played so many. You know, it's not about just one product. And that's the same thing as, you know, Gear Street. They had a bunch of guitars. I played, oh, what's it called? From Ukraine. Valiant. I played Valiant guitars. I like some more than others, but they had a bunch there, and there was like one that I really loved. So it's the same thing with Emerald. If I could just go out to their factory and play 20 guitars, I bet there's going to be one or more that I really like. And that's the best way to do it. Oh, and of course, if you don't like any of them, then at least you know. It's unlikely, but if that ever did happen, you would know that that's just not for you and you can move on. Rafa has an incredible voice. Yes, I like his songwriting. Very interesting songwriting he does. All his songs, they're like classic. They remind me of something else. They've all got lots of interesting chords. And it's just like classic songwriting, you know? That's the sort of stuff that I like. Yeah, we did a podcast about songwriting, so that'll be on his channel eventually. Kevin, John Mellencamp was born in Seymour, Indiana. His song, Small Town, a great song for... Oh, I see. Okay. Life in a Small Town? No, that's Life in a Northern Town. I'll have to check it out later. Graham says, Oasis 2025 in Heaton Park, Manchester. 15 minutes from where I live. Might even try and get a ticket. 100. That's not going to happen, is it? The problem is if they really are reforming, it's going to sell out in 2 seconds. They're going to be $1,000 on the reselling market. And I used to go to Oasis concerts when I was a teenager. And I didn't mind at the time because I was in that teenage haze, if you like. But at my age now, I mean, I won't tell you what they do at those concerts. They basically throw drinks around the crowd, like plastic drink cartons around the crowd. But let's just say they ain't drinks in those cartons. So I don't think that'd be something I'd like to even go to. I would actually like them to do a video, like YouTube videos, reforming the original lineups in a nice studio, Abbey Road or something, and playing live and getting the best performances and putting them on the YouTube channel. I'd rather they did that. Because I want to see them together, but I wouldn't mind seeing them in a controlled environment, and then everyone gets to watch it at home rather than fight each other at a gig. But that's just my opinion. Scott says, I'm up for the VoiceLive 3 course if it comes before I wrap my head around it. Well, that's the thing. By the time I make it, I'm sure I'll be an expert on it anyway. I really should have made that before they re-released it. I wasn't thinking ahead. Thanks for the number one idea. Might very well take up on that. Oh, yeah, one-to-one. One-to-one's good, because then you can actually get down to what the things you want to focus on. So let me know. Steve, what's up, buddy? I enjoyed your I just told people earlier I enjoyed your vlog of the event, and they should go and watch your vlog because I didn't film one. Krenar said, Steve, excellent vid on Tone Dexter 2. Thank you. I really enjoyed being in Henning's studio. It felt weird to be in the studio. I watch his videos, and he's sitting in that studio, and I was in the studio. It was cool. Hey, Stephen, good to read you. Hi-Fi Duet, points taken. I've waited so long for it that a bit longer won't matter. Might be a dream come true for my vintage Martin. Oh, D35. What year is your D35, Scott? I need to know. You got the AR dual source. Oh, I think it's going to be perfect for that. I think, yeah. And like you said, if this is as good as they say, then what? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to wait a few more months, would it? Because this could be the sort of end of your search, if you like. Steve says, hello, Ninja. Mostly using my Katana for effects now, but my Pod HD500 stays in the chain mostly for the loop. Yeah, I've got something I could say about that, but I'm not going to. Mike, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Scott says, haha, no need for a looper for soloing if you also play harmonic with a neck rack, like a harmonica. I'm lazy guitar solos, harmonica gets the job done. Yeah, but imagine if you could make a loop and play a guitar solo and the harmonica. Imagine if you played the guitar solo and harmonized with the harmonica. You know, it just opens up new options for you. Is anyone buying the Cole Clark pickup system and installing it in other guitars? Any info how to buy one? You can buy one from Cole Clark's website and install it in a guitar of your choice. You will have to cut 2 holes in the guitar. But I definitely would be interested in doing that if it was the right guitar. Scott got the VoiceLive 3 used. Okay, new condition off eBay. Very good. Someone who avoided trying it for the longest time and definitely very enthused. I couldn't live without it. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't throw away my electric pedal board for it, but I love it for my acoustic gigs. It's incredible. Back to back. Good to be back. The Baton Rouge. Thanks for the follow-up explanation and for Cole Clark's Series 1 recommendation. Yeah, if you buy one, email Cole Clark and tell him that I sent you, because apparently lots of people... When you email Cole Clark, it goes to the CEO. So that's very helpful too. And I'll be seeing them next month at Guitar Summit. Motu versus Focusrite. I prefer the sound of the converters on the Motu for pre. Seem more realistic than on the Focusrite. Okay. Tinny, I see. I didn't think that at all, but I didn't compare the Focusrite to the Motu. I never used the Motu. The Apollo Twin. Hard to say because the Apollo runs virtual preamps, so it's hard to really get a gist of how they sound with that. I always run. Right now, I'm running a virtual preamp, so I don't know what the actual preamps themselves sound like. And there's only with preamps, it's hard for me to not be happy with them. There's one thing I did use recently. Oh, I reviewed a mixer, and I thought the preamps could have sounded a little bit cleaner, but that was a $300 mixer, not a $1,000 mixer. Yes, Rosanna. I'm definitely excited. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous because Liam, like on his last tour of the Definitely Maybe, Liam was incredible on some songs and a little bit unpredictable on others. And they're all. I was just saying to David today that Noel is 57. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We're all getting older, but for me, Oasis were all about the 90s. I don't know how I feel about a reunion. Because they're not going to do new sort of mature songs, they're going to redo the stuff they used to do. I don't know. I don't want to sound sour about it, but I am a little bit, I'm not as excited as I should be, being the fan that I am. Hi Aaron, do you know if the NUX Optima Air can go full wet signal with an IR? And if so, do you think that would be wise to try? I'm not a fan of direct. I don't think you can do only IR, but I might be wrong. I haven't used it in a long time. I like that pedal. You should probably try it if you can, but also check out the video I posted today on the Tone Dexter. I think that's probably the way I would go if it was me, even though it's a little bit more money. That thing does, I think that sounds good, and I like the options. But I definitely, when I used the NUX, I was very impressed. So yeah, but check out both those units. The VoicePrint DI as well. It's a good unit, but they all sound a little bit different. One of my most watched videos on my channel is the Acoustic Impulse Response Ultimate Shootout. So check that video if you want to get some ideas how they sound. A little bit, yeah. Well, yeah, Granada. So I'm waiting for you to send me a phone video of you playing little intro. Yes, he's got a new saying, and I agree. But I'm not going to read it out on the live stream. Rosanna said, hi, Thomas. Danielle, if buying Motu, the AVB models are great. Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. AVB allows you to put the interface on a network. Wow, very cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm not, once I find something that works in that regard, I kind of stick to it. The thing about the Apollos is I've spent a lot of money on their plugins, so I'm kind of locked into their ecosystem. I like it. Okay, great. We're going to do it. Okay, we're going to see if we can find a booth that will let us perform Little Wing again. And I want to hear the original introduction. Okay, I'm giving you a challenge, my friend. My challenge to you, I want to hear the original version. No pressure. You went to 42 Gear Street. I did. I've already posted a couple of videos on the channel. Yep, I did. And I had a great time, and I hope he invites me back again. Because there weren't many fully acoustic channels there, if any, actually. I mean, even I don't consider myself a fully acoustic channel. I've got an electric guitar in the background, but I guess me and Rafa were the most acoustic overall. So, well, you know what? I don't care. I like acoustic guitars. Lee says, hi, I'm busy at work tonight. Good to see you, Lee. Frank, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Frank's doing incredibly well on YouTube. I must catch up with you soon, buddy. Joy Buzzer, what's your desert island guitar pick? My favorite. Oh, I only have one, which is this one here. I like them so much. They're sitting right here in front of me. Look at that. Dunlop Jazz 3 XL. I use nothing else. Love it. I absolutely love it. I just tried others, but I keep coming back to that all the time. So that's the one. Oh, I use the Dunlop Primetone. I have a Chris Kaysen Tom Emanuel Proplex. Still, I've yet to try a Bluetooth. Have you tried the Jazz 3 XL? It's my favorite one. I'm really starting to get hot. I can't believe the computer doesn't shut down. It was so hot in Germany, my phone shut down from being overheated. Crazy. I'd recommend that you check the Audient ID44, says Boomer. On the rear of the unit, you'll see why. Inputs and outputs are impressive. Audient ID44. If you've got any recommendations for audio interfaces, put them in the chat, because it seems like we all have different experiences and recommendations on this one. This is the Audient. Inputs on the back. Let's see. What inputs? I can't see them. That's the front. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Okay. So 2 optical in and outs, USB-C, 4 line outs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mine like. Oh, send. You got to send and return as well. Nice. Okay. There's so many options, right? There's so many options right now for that stuff. Back to back. Glad I was able to tune in live day. I do watch the replays. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Every watch helps with this stuff. Fuzzverb. Okay, I'll check that video out. I didn't see it drop. Thanks for response. Appreciate it. Fuzz drop. You're talking about which video are you talking about? Oh, Fuzzverb. Fuzzverb? Fuzzverb. Oh, Optima. Yeah. That will really help you. The ultimate acoustic guitar IR shootout video will really help you. Bear in mind that the Tone Dexter 2 is better than Tone Dexter 1. The algorithm sounds a little bit better and it has way more features. So bear that in mind. That video needs an update, I guess, at some point. Rex joining late. Have to watch the replay. No problem. Spend time with you. Oh, stop it. Stop it. So I did a video on the I did a video of the thing. I did a video of the Yamaha, the what do you call it? The reverb built in. Oh man. Great guitar. I'm gonna put that video up soon. What is it? What's it called? My mind's gone blank. I'm still recovering. It's not my fault. Like $500. I actually really want one. I've seen them before in Guitar Center. I've played them occasionally. I've always thought they were cool, but to actually use one in the video was really, really cool. What am I talking about? Someone help me out here. Oh, Trans Acoustic. That's right. I had to think really hard there. Trans Acoustic. How much are they? Oh, there's one that's $1,200. I thought it was cheaper than that. I think it had a cutaway. I think it was this one. I'll have to look when I edit the video. But this guitar here, I mean, very good guitar in its own right. And then it's got the system inside as well for $779. And I'm sure you can get a deal on those. But they give you bonus bucks. I'm sure you could find one of these used or get a deal and get it under 700 somehow. Very cool guitar. And actually, the really interesting thing with this guitar is that when you plug it into the PA, I didn't realize this, when you plug it into the PA system, the sound comes out of the guitar and the PA system, and it just sounds incredible. Wow. I really want one. So that's something that I would ask Yamaha to do a collab on that. But I've already done the video. That's the problem with Gear Street. I've already done the video. So I just spat. I've already done the video on the guitar. But hopefully they'll appreciate that and like the video. And the thing is, I could do a follow-up video, a follow-up of the video, which in my own room, which would be cool too. We'll see. But I like those guitars a lot. That was a highlight. I'm thinking of buying that Fishman Verb pedal based on your review. Awesome. Yeah, those mini pedals are great, and Fishman have some cool stuff. It seems these days. I'm really impressed. Got a scoot. Have a great week. Okay. Yeah. Good to see you, Poo Ninja. Cheers, Steve. Joy Buzzer says Jazz 3XL. No, you don't get. See, that's why we're all different. Do a good amount of strumming as well as single note picking. It's a 3-5-1 shape for me, and sometimes a rounded mandolin pick. The way I use them, though, I do use them a specific way. Like when I've done a video about this somewhere. When I strum, I hold it loosely like that, and when I solo, I grip it and hold it closer like that. And for me, that works perfectly. But, you know, we've all got different size hands. We've all got different preferences. These just seem to work for me. Also, I always like to say, it's what we get used to. Like, I must have used these for 20 years. 20 years now, at least. So, using the same pick for 20 years, you give me another pick, I'm not going to like it, right? Send and return on 2 microphones. That's cool to have that built in. Yeah. Steve Cassidy has the Trans Acoustic. What? You didn't tell me that. Steve is a closet acoustic player. Oh dear, don't tell the others. I thought you were electric guitar only, Steve. Now you've outed yourself on my channel. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? I mean, all Yamaha stuff, I've always said that anything Yamaha is incredible value for the money, but those guitars are really cool for what they do. Yeah. Rex is opening the VoiceLive 3 Extreme now. I'm home this week to start using with the FS9 CEO7 and the Rain Song. So what pickup do you have in the FS9, Rex? Oh, I didn't look at this. Scott says the Trans Acoustic is great. My main gigging guitar without a color. I didn't know any of this. So there's a lot of fans of this thing. I didn't even know. I mean, I can see why. I loved it when I tried it. And if I just jump over and look at these over here quickly. Look, the weight isn't bad. Considering it's got that system in there, they still sound good acoustic. It's not much heavier than a standard Dreadnought anyway. Let me know which models you guys have. Because they make several different ones. And actually, I wish I'd tried them all. There's a higher end one looks really cool. Like this one, look, the LL. The LL guitars are fantastic guitars. Now this one is much heavier at £5.10. That's like almost a pound heavier, which is crazy. But the LL guitars are great. And even with the system, we're still talking at $11.29. Still great value. But yeah, they've got a bunch of them. Look, here's a Sunburst. Look, loads of them. So these ones are around £5. That's great, really great. 679. So you know, I'd love to get one. Hold one of these. Here's the one without the colorway you mentioned. 679, no colorway. I do like a colorway. I do play up there, but yeah, amazing. Well, that's cool. So it seems like we've got interest in those guitars. I really should. I might post that video next on the Yamaha on the channel. I might edit that tonight, but don't hold me to that. But I had no idea they're that popular, and I had no idea that everyone has one. It's great. So I just have a question though for Scott, and I am starting to drown in my own sweat here, so forgive me. But do you obviously use the built-in pickup, right? What is the built-in pickup? Is it an undersaddle? It sounded pretty good. And my only issue then is the battery life low because it's because of the system in there. Does it have like a low battery life, or do you get a decent battery life? I have no idea. That they couldn't really tell me at the event. I had no real specs on these, and I didn't think to Google it or anything. I'm sure I can look it up online, but yeah, what's the battery life? How does the pickup work? I mean, I wouldn't use the reverb. I would use it in a pinch if I had to at a gig, but I would run that through the VoiceLive 3 Extreme. I wouldn't need its built-in reverb. But yeah, I definitely want to experiment with that guitar more. It's really cool. And I did one clip for someone where I played some acoustic direct into a recorder. So I used the Trans Acoustic because I could have the reverb from it on the recording. That was great. Joy Buzzer, tried a few Trans Acoustics, have mixed feelings, mostly negative. Seems kind of gimmicky. Well, I did think that as well, to be honest. But it really depends how you use it and how you play. Like, imagine if you play a lot of fingerstyle and fingerstyle blues kind of stuff, and you don't like to plug into a PA. Having that built-in reverb is really cool. I wouldn't call that a gimmick. However, if you are mostly strumming chords and you mostly plug into a PA and go through other effects pedals, I'd say yes, it's probably an unnecessary thing in the guitar that's adding weight and you don't need. At that point, you're probably better off buying a Yamaha without the system in it. But for me, it was all about context, and we got context at Gear Street because, for example, we sat outside at one point playing the guitars, and having that reverb built into the guitar while playing fingerstyle was just awesome. And once you turned it off, you missed it. So that's the thing. But is it the right guitar for all situations? No, of course not. But what is, Steve got one around 5 years ago. New, $599. Wow. With a hard case. Wow. Oh, you sold it. Yeah, I've thrown away a couple of hard cases in my time. I don't love them, but they can be useful for storing acoustic guitars in extreme weather conditions. Scott has, FGTA, like Steve Cassie has. High-end one has a different scale length, I believe, and the sound is not as good. Yeah, I was very happy with the one. The FGTA with the colorway that I played was my favorite sounding one. And they're $679. Wow. Awesome. Okay, the built-in pickup is piezo, so that's undersaddle. But their undersaddle pickup that they use in their other LL guitars is very good. Two AA batteries last fine for a gig, of course, and more, but never leave home without replacement batteries. Built effects are great for going straight into eVerse. Yeah, but eVerse has the effects anyway, so that's my point. For me, it's more about if you like to plug into systems. Like, let's say you go to open mic nights and they, for some reason, don't have a reverb in one of the amps. You'll have it in the guitar. But I think for me, it's more about playing it without the amp. But yeah, one really cool thing I did, which I hope was in the video, is I just said earlier, I had the sound coming from the guitar and from the PA speakers, and that just sounded like nothing else. It was great. Because I would do that. I'd have the sound coming through my iLoud IK monitors, and I'd sit back there and play at the back of the room, and I'd have the basically being like surrounded by sound, and I love that. Chorus is fun too for a bit of faux 12-string. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of chorus on acoustic, but yes, it can create that 12-string sound. And you know, other products that do that, like the oh, what's it called? The Tonewood amp. They have more effects. They have loopers and delays and distortions. And I tried another one once. There's another company who makes something like this. I just didn't like it. I kind of like the simplicity of the Yamaha one. The only thing about the Yamaha one is I found it hard to turn the thing on and off. But that might have just been that guitar. I don't know. But yeah, I like the simplicity of it. It has a nice balanced sound, lends itself to fingerstyle and strumming. Plugged in, the lack of a huge solid bag and size is a benefit. Less low frequency feedback. Of course, yeah. That's when those kind of guitars with the laminate back and sides can be a bonus. And also, it probably holds up better against the elements as well, so you don't need that hard shell case. I'm actually surprised you got a hard shell case with it, Steve. I bet the ones now will ship with a soft case, right? Rex says, haven't put a pickup in FS9 yet. We'll use a Neumann condenser. Nice. Check out recorded tone. I'm a little nervous about adding a pickup to FS9. It's just an amazing acoustic. May wait till the bags might. Yeah, the Hi-Fi Duet could be the perfect partner to that FS9. Wow. Yes, Graham said, use the High Vibe for years. Might try one of those. Yeah, I tried the High Vibe and I didn't. I had a problem with the app. There was a bug at the time when I tried it, and I didn't love the sounds, and the looper sounded weird coming back through the guitar, blah, blah, blah. I kind of like the fact the Yamaha does less. It's like, it's just that reverb. So for some, that might be limited, but I kind of like the fact it was just more of a straight up acoustic with a bit of reverb. I don't know, I liked it. And for the price, it's just hard to beat, right? And it was a good guitar in its own right, which I mean, I reviewed a $300 Yamaha on my channel. A fantastic guitar. Laminate back and side, solid top. Great sounding guitar. The undersaddle on the Yamaha is fine and better than many. I agree. I also have a Yamaha A3M solid woods. Its pickup isn't as easy as live, despite being more full featured. So that is the same undersaddle, but with their IR technology. That's a great guitar too. I've said it a bunch of times, and I feel weird saying it, but it's just the truth. Every Yamaha I've ever played has been an amazing guitar and amazing value for money. For whatever reason, I haven't taken them out on the road with me. But I'm very specific about my requirements for that, and the Cole Clark at the moment is still the thing that allows me to do what I need to do. But you've got to take your hat off to Yamaha. I mean, it's one thing to say Sir guitars and PRS guitars are all amazing. Yeah, and they're also highly priced. But the fact that you can say all the Yamahas are amazing and they're that affordable is quite an amazing thing, right? It's amazing. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me. This has been great. So it's great to be back again. And I am going to go again next month. So this will all happen again, but I'll have more content, hopefully, which is cool. So just ask you a favor. If you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. It really helps me out. Just click that like button there as well. And hit subscribe. Make sure you've got notifications turned on as well. And if you haven't, please go and watch now. Please go and watch the... if you've got time, the Tone Dexter 2 video I posted today, and also the Ferk Little Jane duet with Jana from Ferk Guitars. That all helps me a lot. Thank you very much. And then watch out this week for more videos. I've got at least 4 or 5 more coming from the event. I'll also be in some other channels' videos. I'll try and share them as well if I'm in other people's videos. And then some products coming soon that I should be working with companies. Nothing is obviously is 100% in this kind of game, but should have some videos, some sponsored content coming with products that I actually, I asked them to check them out because I liked them at the event, which is great. And then that will take us up to Guitar Summit, where I should be able to take even more videos for you. So this is really exciting. Good, really good stuff. Thanks for joining in, Steve. Enjoyed your stream the other day too, and I appreciate you watching me as well. It means a lot. And Rosanna, of course, you and Lee for moderating, keeping those trolls away, even though we didn't have any today, thankfully. Yeah, it's been great. So look out for more videos from Gear Street. Please watch them. It really helps me a lot. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to go and turn the AC on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Six string today, vintage wood, shiny frets, strumming blues while the sun fades. All these guitars can't help myself.